hope I don't see you getting your ass whooped on the street, because I'm going to drive the by, and you can tell your goddamn supervisor and everybody else.
Cops are always trying to abuse their power. But what happens when it's not civilians they're faced with, but undercover FBI agents?
Where'd you get this?
Federal Bureau of Investigation.
A former FBI agent and specialist in the U.S. Air Force was initially stopped by law enforcement due to a minor issue with his license plate being slightly obstructed. However, upon discovering his identity, the officers seemingly intensified their scrutiny, diligently seeking any grounds they could use to justify his arrest.
How you doing, sir?
Good.
All right.
What's up?
Deputy Troy with the Sheriff's Office. The reason
Okay.
I'm stopping you is your plate's obstructed.
Yeah.
Whatever that thing's got, you got to take it off, okay?
Okay.
Because it got to be visible within a certain distance.
Oh, you pull over when it's safe to do.
No, you pull over immediately. Okay? Let me tell you this. And now you pull over immediately
Sure.
because I don't know what you're doing inside this car.
Sure. Yeah.
Hiding guns. You know what I mean? Officer safety is number one.
If you're stopped while driving, you don't have to pull over immediately if it doesn't seem safe. You have the right to continue driving at the speed limit to a secure, well-lit area where you'll be in plain view. Be sure to stay in your vehicle unless asked by the police officer to exit. Immediately, this officer is clearly in the wrong, demonstrating signs of a potential superiority complex. There is no legal requirement to pull over instantly for various valid reasons, including concerns about traffic obstruction and overall safety. It is advised to pull over as promptly as safely possible. Prioritizing safety should dictate actions. Abruptly slamming brakes and veering onto the roadside without a proper shoulder is imprudent. However, this incident is just the beginning of the officer's misleading behavior.
So who are you?
Oh, I'm
I guess I
Anton Ivanov, yeah. Former NDOC, and I used to work security at Harris.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah, I'm a contractor. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have insurance on this thing?
My partner, huh?
Do you have insurance on this thing?
Yeah.
Your partner or what?
Now, my partner called me. I'm a contractor with Southwest Gas.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to go over there and get him logged into his computer.
Okay.
So I was kind of in a rush.
Hey, you live where?
Here in Carson City.
Where at?
Imperial.
I haven't stopped you before, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm trying to, because you said, you know, but I can't. In my mind,
After a few routine questions, the cop starts to get a little more specific and tries to find a way to incriminate him.
What do you got right there up front?
Oh, that's a siren. I do contract security.
You contract
So
security?
some of the work I require to have a siren.
Turn it on?
Sure.
It's got whip bags in the back too. Go ahead and step out, man.
No weapons or anything like that?
Nah.
All right, I'm going to take you out like this just to check, okay? Go fist that one for me. So you're not, like, law enforcement, right? You're not a law enforcement officer?
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you work security, right? Okay.
I'm a security contractor.
Whose car is it? Who?
So I'm going to put these on for now, okay? Because, want to relax? Yeah,
Why is it taking
better?
The agent finds himself unexpectedly in handcuffs, completely unaware of the cause for his detention. While he speculates it might be related to the lights, the officers have yet to provide any explanation for their actions, leaving him perplexed and uncertain about the situation unfolding before him. The lack of clarity from the authorities adds to his confusion and raises questions about the legality and justification of his sudden detainment.
But when they find out exactly who he's working for, things take a very strange turn.
Why haven't you taken the lights off of there?
Yeah, I do contract work, so I have to have lights on this vehicle for some of the work I do.
They shouldn't be that color though.
Yeah, they shouldn't be red and white, brother.
Yeah, it depends on who you're contracting with. If you contract with law enforcement agencies, it's different.
Which agencies do you contract with?
The various ones. DOJ.
Name some. 8 DOJ?
Sure.
So you have a contract?
DHS. I've worked for DHS, yeah.
Okay, so do you have a government ID?
I have a contractor ID. Yeah.
Where's that?
It's in my, it's my hood.
Where'd you get this?
That's issued.
Issue two?
Federal Bureau of Investigation badge?
So I'm going to read you your rights too, okay?
Despite being fully aware of the agent's identity, the officers proceed to overstep their authority by conducting a search on him without obtaining his consent. This blatant disregard for proper procedure raises serious concerns about their motives and actions as they continue to infringe upon the agent's rights despite knowing his background. The lack of respect for his privacy and the failure to adhere to legal protocols further exacerbate the unjust treatment he is experiencing at the hands of law enforcement.
No guns, right?
Nah.
Inside the car?
Yeah.
Okay. You're not allowed to have red and blues.
Sure.
Right? Because then you
Sure.
could easily impersonate
Right.
a police officer.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, that's the reason I have you in cuffs. Okay?
Alright.
You have this. This is great.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So who issued this to you?
My former employer.
Your former employer? So you used to work for the FBI at one point?
I've contracted with the Department of Justice and the FBI and other
Here in
Reno.
Where's their office at, or what?
Resident agency. It's off of. It's next to Wells Fargo. It's right by the traffic circle.
Frustrated by the agents' adept responses to their inquiries, the officers resort to a manipulative and corrupt tactic, asking questions designed to trap him with answers they know he cannot provide. This deliberate attempt to incriminate him reveals their vindictive intent, as they exploit their position to unfairly pressure and confuse the agent. Their unethical conduct underscores a troubling abuse of authority, disregarding fairness and due process in their pursuit of an advantage over the agent.
I have an FBI badge. Okay, I used to be a task force officer with the FBI.
Okay, which task force? Station.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You ever work for them?
So you know Elkington?
No. So when did you work for them?
I'm not the person.
Well, I'm texting somebody right now. If you impersonate a federal officer, you might be in trouble.
Okay. And like I said, with the red and blues, that alone right there, okay? That's what you're in handcuffs.
But that's not an offense in and of itself to have red and blue
Yes,
lights.
it is. And I'm going to show you the NRS.
To actually run, you have to
Let me
actually
show
run
you.
those
No,
lights.
you don't. They're in your vehicle, and I must destroy those. Okay? And I'm going to pull up the NRS for you.
I've went to a police officer academy. I know what the
Well,
NRS
you
is.
might again, but I went.
Have they
through the-
updated the NRS?
Let me show you.
Have they? Okay.
So that was issued to you, say, right? That little FBI deal. You didn't steal it or find it or no?
All traffic laws and emergency vehicle light restrictions are listed under Nevada State Statute 484A.020. It governs what kinds of lights can be used by what vehicles and defines every type of vehicle on the road, as well as citations, arrests, violations, and other designations that drivers should be aware of before going on the road. Under this statute, where emergency lights are on, the first responders listed below may also break certain traffic laws. These lights give the Nevada Department of Automotive Vehicles permission to do so. Under this statute also, some other vehicles are allowed to use warning lights. The officer's primary concern revolves around the lights installed on the agent's vehicle. However, their decision to search him is clearly unwarranted and illegal, as they lack the authority to do so in this situation. The circumstances are somewhat ambiguous. While it is unlawful for civilians to use red and blue emergency lights on their vehicles, the agent never activated them outside of official duties contracted by a law enforcement agency. Additionally, despite his part-time affiliation with the FBI, he did not falsely represent himself as an FBI agent during this incident. The officer's justification for detaining him is based on potential rather than actual wrongdoing, a premise akin to arresting a licensed gun owner because they might misuse their weapon. This reflects a misuse of authority, where the officer's actions appear driven by a desire to exert control rather than address a clear violation of the law. In the subsequent case, the abuse of power by law enforcement becomes even more evident and serves as a stark example of the authority overreach that officers can sometimes succumb to.
I hope I don't see you getting your ass whooped on the street, because I'm going to drive the by, and you can tell your goddamn supervisor and everybody else I see.
A correctional deputy works within the sheriff's jail system to control inmates by performing duties such as escort inmates to the medical unit, control contraband through routine facility and inmate searches, maintain security through key, door, tool, and equipment control, perform business and record-keeping functions, photograph inmates, take fingerprints, prepare and distribute paperwork, route booking sheets, prepare inmates for transport by applying restraint equipment and inspecting vehicles for safety, receive inmates, process inmate correspondence and phone calls, supervise inmates during meals and recreational activities. On July 16, 2022, Muskie County Jail faced a serious overcrowding crisis as a result of a surge in arrests linked to a citywide crime suppression initiative. This influx of suspects led to a logistical challenge, with many officers forced to wait outside the jail to process their detainees. In response to the overcrowding, the county sheriff took the decision to suspend the crime suppression procedure temporarily, hoping to alleviate the strain on jail resources. Despite this directive from the sheriff, local police in Muskogee continued to operate as usual, disregarding the suspension of the procedure. To manage the situation, a new protocol was established. Officers were instructed to prioritize processing based on the agency that apprehended the suspect. Local deputies were to be processed first, followed by state patrol officers, and lastly, Columbus police officers. However, tensions arose within the law enforcement community due to the implementation of this protocol. Some officers were discontented with the prioritization system, particularly when a deputy decided to circumvent the established order, leading to heightened emotions and friction among the officers involved.
Won't let us in.
They won't let John. They won't let me in.
Hmm?
Ain't that right?
No, you go in there before us, I'm gonna raise hell.
Watch this.
I'm gonna file a complaint, a legitimate complaint. That is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life. So wait a minute.
Oh, don't yell it. Don't start yelling. Hey, come on.
All right, I'm gonna file a complaint.
That's fine.
While it was permissible for the officer to bypass the line, as per the county sheriff's instructions, the reaction from other officers was marked by dissatisfaction. Whether stemming from ego, a sense of power, or sheer frustration, the officers expressed clear displeasure with the situation.
I mean, this is beyond my control. I don't have anything, so don't yell at me. All right. As soon as that last one gets cleared, I'm going to bring in 5.
Hey, yeah, unless another SO unit shows up.
This is not my decision.
After Deputy Blaine Atkins completes booking a suspect and returns to his vehicle, he discovers that it has been blocked in by Columbus patrol vehicles. This incident escalates tensions significantly among the officers, sparking a confrontational atmosphere.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way. All right, so I got a call to go to. I can't go to the call because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game. It ain't because of me, man. I got nothing to do with that. Sarge, I got nothing to do with that in there. It ain't my goddamn call. It's between the sheriff and the guy that works over there. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Move the goddamn car, or I'm gonna move myself.
Go move it. How you gonna move it? Move it.
Move the goddamn car, man.
Move the car.
Why?
Huh?
In that part. Y'all acting like a bunch of goddamn kids, man. Back it up so we don't have to bring it in.
Listen, man, I'm only doing what my supervisor told me. I understand. This is ridiculous, and I hate that I'm dealing with this shit. But you're gonna have to talk to the sergeant over there.
No, I'll be talking to the chief. Hey, Chief, I'm sorry. We got a situation over here. We got CPD won't let our guys out, and they're about to go to blows. I'm asking your CPD officer to back up his car, and he's saying that his supervisor told him not to let him.
The dynamics of the interaction are intriguing because the officer explicitly states to the Muskie County lieutenant that his actions are dictated solely by his supervisor's directives. What unfolds here is not merely a misunderstanding between individuals, but rather a clash involving two entire police departments. Amidst this conflict, the critical issue arises that citizens in need of assistance are left vulnerable and without timely help due to the disagreement between law enforcement entities. This situation underscores the broader implications of interdepartmental disputes on public safety and highlights the urgent need for resolution and coordination in emergency response efforts.
I know most of us are kind of at a standstill. Do I have anybody on Forest Road reference to 7511?
Hey, Sarge, we got it.
We're all standing on the wall of the jail.
What car is it? Hey, move your car, bro.
Fantastic.
I try to get through, and they immediately halfway open it, shut it on me, and I hear through there's a deputy standing behind the radio. That female officer's trying to get into the door. Do not let her in that door. Do not let any officer through that door.
From PD.
From the jailer. The jailers are saying that through their radio. So they won't even let us through the door.
Tensions have reached unprecedented levels among the police officers, so much so that sergeants have had to intervene by physically separating them to prevent potential physical altercations from erupting. The heightened emotions and escalating conflict underscore the intensity of the situation, reflecting deep-seated frustrations and grievances within the law enforcement community. This volatile atmosphere not only complicates the resolution of the current dispute, but also raises concerns about maintaining order and professionalism among officers tasked with ensuring public safety.
Everybody in.
When feeling threatened, the police responded by resorting to the use of handcuffs.
bad, dude. Because
Then what
that,
is
that,
really
that deputy was saying I'm about to arrest you for obstruction.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
This guy's got a call. But then my sergeant's telling me not to move.
Right. I have this.
And then when I started back, and he told me to stop again.
What about arrested all of them for not doing their job?
Right.
I really wish it's not my car right there, dude. I'm gonna leave the keys in there, dude. I really not wanting to be a part of to get charged with a crime, dude, for a stand, dude. I'm telling you right now, bro.
The tense standoff persisted for more than 60 minutes until the Columbus police captain arrived on the scene, effectively diffusing the escalating tensions among the officers. Ultimately, a resolution was reached where all suspects detained by Columbus officers, many of whom were facing serious felony charges, were released with court summonses instead of being kept in custody. Following this contentious incident, both the county sheriff and the mayor convened to address the systemic challenges highlighted by the overcrowding and operational difficulties at Muskie Jail. It was collectively agreed upon that significant improvements were urgently needed at the jail facility to better manage future crises and ensure the safety and fair treatment of detainees. The decision to prioritize upgrades to Muskie Jail underscored a commitment to enhancing both the physical infrastructure and procedural protocols within the law enforcement community. This incident served as a pivotal moment, prompting a reassessment of policies and resources aimed at fostering a more effective and equitable criminal justice system within the jurisdiction.